I let my Twitch chat pick what my video was going to be, and they wanted should you buy the original 4 survivors. Hey there guys, my name's EarthToLydia and welcome back to another Should You Buy episode, which today is going to be a bit different. As I mentioned at the start, I let my Twitch chat pick my next few videos and they wanted to see a should you buy for Claudette, Jake, Meg, and Dwight, which obviously you don't need to buy them, so this is going to be more of just a rundown of each of their perks and a very brief overview compared to the other ones. It's going to be more of a who should you level up. If you want to see more serious should you buys, I'm going to leave the link to the playlist in the description so you can check that out. And if you like this kind of content, I'd be really appreciative if you'd consider subscribing. Okay, first of all, I guess we'll go over the character models. Obviously with Dwight and Jake being male characters, they have slightly larger models overall. Having said that, their default cosmetics do make them blend in a little bit more than say the likes of Jin, so you might be able to get away with hiding. Carrying on the theme of muted default cosmetics as well, we have both Meg and Claudette. All of their cosmetics tend to follow sort of earthy tones, which help them blend into the surroundings a lot easier. As they're females as well, they follow the trend of having smaller character models. Another thing to note with the original 4 survivors is that they have a wide variety of cosmetics, including a lot of free cosmetics. They have more than most other characters. Also, you can buy a DLC which will give you a lot of different shirts across each of these characters. Now let's get to the perks. First up we have Dwight. At level 30, with Dwight you unlock Bond. So within up to a 36-meter radius, you will see the auras of other survivors. This can tell you which generators are being worked on by survivors, which other survivors are getting chased nearby, and you can adjust what you are doing accordingly. At level 35, we have Prove Thyself, which gives you a stackable 15% bonus repair speed for every survivor within a 4-meter radius of you. It's worth noting this is only repair speed, it doesn't make you faster at healing. You also get additional blood points up to 100% bonus blood points for cooperative actions, and the effects also apply to other survivors. And lastly, at level 40, we have Leader. Now Leader is a pretty good healing perk. If a survivor is within an 8-meter range of you, Leader will increase their healing, sabotaging, unhooking, cleansing, opening, and unlocking actions by up to 25%, and the effect lingers once they're out of your radius for 15 seconds. It doesn't stack with any other instances of Leader, but it can be really beneficial in clutch situations. Also to note on this one, this is the effects of other survivors, so they'll heal you faster, you will not heal them faster. But as beneficial as it is for your team, it can help you in selfish ways. Next we'll talk about Meg. At level 30, in her Bloodweb you'll unlock Quick and Quiet. When you fast vault windows or exit lockers, the Lausnoid notification that you would normally give off is completely suppressed. It does have a cooldown though of at least 20 seconds, so you've got to be mindful of that cooldown. At level 35 you unlock Sprint Burst, which is an exhaustion perk and lets you break out into a sprint of 150 seconds for a maximum of 3 seconds. Now this does trigger automatically when you start running and doesn't require you to perform any other actions like other exhaustion perks do. For this reason though, the exhaustion can be a bit difficult for newer players. If you're not keeping an eye on it, then you can find yourself exhausted in situations where you would really need to use Sprint Burst, but it can be really good for getting you away from the killer if you want to avoid chases, or if you're in a dead zone and you need to get to a further away loop. At level 40, we unlock Adrenaline. When all 5 generators are completed, you will instantly heal 1 health state and sprint at 150% of your normal running speed for 5 seconds. This perk also ignores exhaustion, so if you're already exhausted from another perk, the perk will still trigger, but it will just cause exhaustion afterwards as well. This doesn't always guarantee that you get put straight to the healthy state, so you've got to keep that in mind. If you're in the dying state, this will put you up to injured. If you're in deep wound, this will heal you through deep wound and leave you injured. And if you're playing against someone like Freddy, this will wake you up. So that is another thing to be mindful of. Next up, we have Claudette. Claudette's perks really don't deal too well with confrontation with the killer. It's more about team preservation. At level 30, we unlock Empathy. Empathy allows you to see the auras of dying and injured survivors within a 128-meter range of you. This is of course at tier 3, so that is the maximum amount, but I personally really like using Empathy when I've got a flashlight and I can see what survivors are going down around me. At level 35, you unlock Botany Knowledge. Botany Knowledge will allow your healing speed and efficiency of your medkits to be increased by up to 33%. So that's a whole other third of whatever medkit you're running on top of what you already have. At level 40, you unlock self-care. Now, self-care is a very tricky perk. Personally, I think it's incredibly easy to use it wrong, but first let me explain what it does. Self-care allows you to heal yourself without the use of a medkit at 50% of the normal healing speed. When using a medkit, the depletion rate is increased by up to 20%. Now, while it is beneficial to either finish the heal or heal yourself in a situation where it really requires you to, inexperienced players will not really gauge when it's appropriate to use it. Having said that, at rank 20, there are an awful lot of survivors that don't want to heal you and get scared off by the killer. If you know what you're doing, then this can be a good perk. Especially if you're getting healed by somebody else and then that heal gets interrupted, you can still finish yourself off. And if you stack the perk with botany knowledge, you can do this faster. But it is really going to take some time to know when it's appropriate to use. Another reason why this perk has such a big hang-up is because it's only half of the normal healing speed, which is incredibly slow. When you're learning, you probably want to use this with a medkit at least. And lastly, we have Jake Park. Level 30, you unlock Iron Will, which personally I think is the best survivor perk in the game, and I know a lot of other people will tell you that as well. At tier 3, Iron Will suppress your grunts of pain by 100%. Masking your grunts of pain can help you to escape chasers so much, especially if the killer loses line of sight on you. At level 35, you unlock Calm Spirit. If you're against a killer that has a power or a perk that forces you to scream, such as Doctor or Infectious Fright, then your urge to scream is suppressed, meaning that you will not alert the killer to where you are. Also, the chances of alerting crows are reduced by up to 100% as well. Paired with Iron Will, you can make this quite a struggle for killers to find you. And at level 40, we have Saboteur. While a survivor is being carried by the killer, the auras of all hooks within a 56-meter range are visible to you. You also unlock the ability to sabotage hooks without using a toolbox, which will take 3 seconds, but has a cooldown of at least 60 seconds. This is, I think, a perk that more experienced players are going to get more value out of. All around, Jake's perks are very consistent for all levels. So who are they suited towards? As I've just said, I think Jake is a pretty good all-rounder. Claudette, I'd be a bit more cautious about, but she is quite beginner friendly. Meg is generally for the players who want to get a head start in chases to gain a little bit more distance on the killer. And Dwight is going to be a gen jockey's best friend. So I know this isn't exactly going to be as useful as the other installments in this series, but I hope this still provided a little bit of information for you and helped you decide which one you should level up. I hope you liked it all the same, and I can't wait for you to see what else the Twitch community has suggested. If you want to join in on this kind of thing, then I will be leaving my socials in the description, including my Twitch channel. But that will be all for me from this one video today. Make sure to check out my Discord server, and I want to thank you all for making it this far into the video. Until next time, take care, guys.